So, what does Tinker Toys have to do with Star Trek? Find out today on RB's Toy Box. Now, to understand what this has to do with Tinker Toys, we've got to have a little bit of a history lesson. Star Trek came out, the motion picture, in 1979. I wanted to see it, and I wanted to see it bad. So that was part of the Christmas for 1979, as we were going to go and watch Star Trek, the motion picture. Well, also that year, the hottest selling toy was Tinker Toys, and I wanted to get me some Tinker Toys. So I asked my mom and dad, when they said, what do you want for Christmas? And I would tell them, and Tinker Toys were just out of the price range. I mean, my dad on a military, he didn't make a lot of money in the military, and neither did I, to be quite honest, but, these were a big deal and really expensive in 1979. But my parents got them for me. And on Christmas morning, I opened these up and I saw them and I was so excited, and I started playing with the Tinker Toys and one broke. So I went and saw my dad. And I showed him the broken stick. And, Mr. Fix-It, which my dad, he was an engineer, amongst other things, but he was mad. I mean, really mad. Like, you're not going to see Star Trek? Mad. And come to find out, I didn't know, I was a kid, that these things were so expensive. So, as a result of that, we didn't go to see Star Trek. But along with that also came a little pep talk, a little discussion from my parents. Now, after they calmed down from, the Tinker Toys getting broken, they took some time to explain to me just how expensive these things were and how little money we actually had. And as a result, I learned a life lesson that Christmas Day in 1979. I learned the value of toys. I learned the value of the things that were given to me. Obviously Mom and Dad loved me, and they wanted me to have the very best, but you know what? They couldn't always afford the very best, We didn't shop at the mall. We shopped at Kmart or Big K back then. We didn't have the best and nicest of everything, but they sure tried. And as a result, I went from a kid who, just saw what he wanted to understanding the value of that. And from that day forward, I was the kid that kept his room clean. I was the kid that waxed his Matchbox cars and put them back up on the shelf when I got done. I was the kid that did everything that a kid should do that wants to, show their appreciation to their parents for what they've been given. Now, I try to instill that into my kids. And as a result, if you look around, I have a lot of the toys that I had when I was a kid. And there's a story on that too, I'll tell you some other time. But I still have a lot of the Matchbox cars up here on this wall. I still have a lot of the vintage electronics that I had when I was a kid. I still have a lot of the little things that were given to me, and I appreciated them. So let me give you a little lesson from RB's Toy Box. Moms, dads that are watching this, maybe even grandparents, my vintage, right? Instill in your kids a sense of value. Have them understand how much things cost. The sacrifices in some cases that are made for them to have some nice things. Even if it's just a pair of sneakers. Money doesn't grow on trees. Somebody's got to work for that, to provide for that. And when I realized how much my mom and dad put in We're talking my mom, bless her heart, 60, 70 hours a week cleaning houses and scrubbing floors so we could have. How dare I put myself in a position where we don't respect that? I mean, come on. And with my kids, fortunately with the businesses that we had, my kids were able to work in the business. They learned early on if they wanted something, they had to work to get it and to earn it, and they appreciated it more. That's my lesson from Arby's Toy Box. In 1979, Star Trek the Motion Picture, I didn't get to see it in the theater, but I got my Tinker Toys. And I got a passion for the value of things. Arby's Toy Box. Forgot to tell you, click the subscribe button. Click it, and then tell all your friends. Click the subscribe button, and then the big thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.